Hello student, today we are going to study NCERT Class 9 Political Science Chapter 1 What is democracy? Why is democracy? This is the third part of this video. In the previous video what we have discussed that why there is a need of a democracy. What is the what do you mean by the democracy? Is like the different countries have their different definition. The democracy is like by casting the vote by the people, that they can form the government. So this we come to know in the first video that we will discuss about the simple meaning of the democracy, from where it used to come from, what is the meaning of that. Then later on we come to know about the different world, like in this whole globe, the different countries having the different perspective and thinking of that. They are having the democratic form of government, somewhere having the non-democratic form of government. If we talk about the democratic form of government, the people who used to cast their vote, they used to elect their own representatives by casting their vote, and that type of government we used to call it as the democratic government. If we talk about the non-monarchical government or the non-democratic government or the monarchical government, not the non-monarchical, the monarchical government, or you can say the non-democratic government is which is ruled by the dictator or which is ruled by the king for the every year, or the hereditary purpose, or you can say more than the 20 years, 30 years, the same party rule over there. So we used to consider as the non-democratic government. Then we discuss about the forms of the government, that is the ruler, the election, the people, and the forms of the government. We need all these things in the democratic government. Then we talk about the free and the fair election. Then we talk about the all the powers of towards the elected person only. That the first which we think we discuss in the previous videos, that is in the second video we discuss about the like all the powers is reserved toward the elected person only, in which we discuss about the Pervez General Musharraf, who is from the Pakistan. He is the Pakistan general, head of the army, means he is the army personnel who is the general over there. Like in the 1999, he took over the power from the that time of the government, and later on in 2002 he became the president. Then he made certain changes in the constitution, that he wanted the 5 year the extension in that. Then he made the changes that all the powers is under the army official, and the last two were the Pervez General Musharraf. And there were not any kind of election, that the people doesn't elect these people, and the people who are elected, they like in the general assemblies, where they have this some powers, they have this some autonomy, but later on all the power reside towards the army official, or okay, say the last towards the Pervez General Musharraf. Then later we come to know by the other countries that they used to got the independence, but year by year, if we talk about the Mexico, and if we talk about the this Zimbabwe, so like after every 5 year or every 6 year in the Mexico, every 5 year in this, so the particular party or the particular leader used to form the government, and they used to play a dirty tricks or dirty minds or the dirty plans they used to make to win the election. They are not a kind of, you can say, the fear. It's of they used to play a dirty tricks. So that election used to become the unfair. It should be fair, but by playing the dirty trick, it used to become the unfair. So we can say that the every, like if we talk about the Mexico, every 6 years that the particular person or the particular party used to form the government. So people thought that we do not, in the rules they mention there is a choice, but in reality there is no choice, because they are forcing the people to cast their vote to the particular this particular party. If we talk about the Zimbabwe, where the all the rules are assigned toward the particular person, where he took over the powers of the television, he took over the powers of the media, he took over the powers of the radio, where the people can't show that the what the demo in the democratic country, how the people are fighting, what kind of protesting they are doing in the country, because they want the democratic government. So in that case, in the 2007, you can talk about the 2017, that the particular leader has left, then there was the election, then they make the, you can say, democratic government. So these are the certain scenario. till now which we have seen. In this case now again we are going towards, in this first one is the rule of law and the respect of the rights, then we go towards the summary and the definition of what is the democracy, then we go towards the why democracy, then we will going to discuss in detail why democracy, then we are going to discuss in detail arguments against the democracy and again arguments for the democracy. If we talk about, yes, we have to discuss the both the scenario, what are the good things in the democracy and what are the bad things in the democracy. If we ask, if we take the generally, yes, lots of the positivity, or you can say lots of the positive or the good points in the for the democracy rather than the against for the democracy. Yes, there are certain drawbacks. We can't say in the big form, in the small form we can say it, but there are the positive thing and you can say the good thing in the for the democracy. So let's start with this, that the example of Zimbabwe shows the popular approval of the rulers is necessary in the democracy. So they have the popular approval of rulers in the necessary democracy, but it is not a sufficient. That is not a sufficient. Popular government can be undemocratic. They are what the kind of a undemocratic. Popular leaders can be autocratic. Autocratic in the sense like they have to follow what the peoples want. If we wish to assess a democracy, it is important to look at the election. Yes, if you want a democracy, we have to see the elections, but it is equally important to look before and after the election. We have to see what the things are going to happen before the election and after the election. There should be sufficient room for the normal political activities. There are the certain, you can say, the room for the normal political activities, including the political opposition. We have to see who are in the current, who are in the current form of the government, who are the people in the ruling party and who are the people in the opposition party. Then in this period before the election, this requires that the state should be respect some basic right of the citizens. Yes, it is the duty of the state that they have to respect each and every citizen. They should be free to think. Yes, the citizen should give the certain scenario that they should think, and they can they can analyze it and they can give the voter to the particular representative according to their thinking, according to their perception, or you can say according to the ability what they are thinking that the particular representative is good for the nation or not. So this is the duty of the particular citizen. They can analyze it, then after that they can elect that particular representative. Everyone should be equal in the eyes of law. That is, you have read in 6 and 7 and 8 that from President to till Khan, that all the people are equal. Since in every country, they thought that in the front of the door, from like higher official till the poor people, all the people are equal. This right must be protected by an independent judiciary whose orders are obeyed by everyone. Yes, it is a certain kind of judiciary. If we talk about the India, the judiciary having the utmost power, you can say the autonomy, where they can give the punishment to the higher official to the till the poor, by which they can punish to anybody if they committed certain kind of crime or he used to play a dirty tricks in the election. So the judiciary have the power to give them the punishment on the basis of what kind of tricks they played, what kind of you can say crime they did. So all this thing they can discuss over there. So like you will later on learn in the chapter 5 what the things are. Now similar, these are the conditions that apply of the two-way government run by the elections. A democratic government, because it has won an election, then it has to respect some basic rules. In particular, it has to respect some guarantee to the minorities. Yes, they have some certain guarantees given by the government to the minorities, that we have to respect the majority as well as the minority. That doesn't mean we can respect the majority and we can't respect the minority. It's not going to be happen. We have to respect the all the people, whether the people are belong from the majority and whether the people are come from the minority. Every major decision has to be go through the series of consultation. Yes, whatever the decision is taken by the government, it should be collective. They have to discuss with each and every leader and each and every official. They have to take their consent that what the decision should we have to take for a nation and for the people, like what the plans we have to make, what kind of initiative we do have to take, and what kind of scheme we have to make. All the certain things we have to see that what the scenario is going on. Every official bearer has the certain rights and the responsibility. Every official has the certain rights and the responsibility assigned by the constitution and the law. Each of these is accountable not only to the people but also the other independent officials. All this accountable not only to the people but also the other independent officials. We shall read more in chapter 4. Both these aspects give us the fourth and the final feature of the democracy. Now we talk about the fourth feature of the democracy, that a democratic government rules within the limits such as the constitution, law, and the citizen right. This is the utmost important fact that whatever the rules which is taken by the any of the representative or the leaders, they have to think under the, you can say, what the rules or what the articles is mentioned in the constitution and according to the citizens right. That doesn't mean that whatever you think and you implement that rule on the people. But what I'm trying to saying is that कि जो भी कोई गवर्नमेंट होता है उसको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अंदर जो मेंशन होता है, जो आर्टिकल्स है, जो रूल्स मेंशन है, उसके उसको ध्यान में रखा और जो सिटीजन राइट है उसको ध्यान में रखकर रूल्स बनाने पड़ते हैं। ये नहीं कि मैं गवर्नमेंट में आ गया हूँ, मैं एक लीडर बन गया तो मेरे मन में जो आएगा वो करूंगा। एक हिटलर की तरह, ही डजंट वांट टू डू द वर्क काइंड लाइक ऑफ अ हिटलर, ही हैज टू थिंक in under the law, under the constitution, and under the rules of the citizens. So these are the things which we have seen in the fourth feature of the democratic. Now come to the summary and the summary of this definition, that let us sum up the discussion. So far that we have started in the simple definition that the democracy is the form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So democracy is the form of government which are elected by the people. So that is yes true that some of the rulers in the some of the country they are elected by the people. We found that each definition was not adequate unless we explain some of the key words. Like if we used to explain some of the definition are not adequate, मतलब कुछ definition adequate नहीं थी, but हमने उसके key features को जाना, फिर उसको discuss किया. Through the series of example, we work out four features. Democracy is a form of government. According to the democracy, the form of government in which rulers are elected by the people and take all the major decisions. Yes, we used to elect our own representative. The collective decision is taken by that ruler by thinking of the people, what the peoples want. Then the second we talk about election of often choose and the fair opportunity to the people to choose the current rulers. Yes, they have the option, they can choose the current rulers according to the choice and the opportunity. This choice of opportunity is available to all the people on an equal basis. This choice is opportunity is available to all the people on the equal basis. The exercise of this choice leads to a government limited by the basic rules of the constitution and the citizen right. So they used to exercise these choices or the leads to the government limited by the basic rules, like they have the basic rules and the constitution and the citizen right. Now come towards the, there are some examples they give that from the different countries. First it starts from the Bhutan, that the king of the Bhutan has decided his future will be guided by the advice or the given by the elected representative. Yes, the Bhutan is the monarchical country, but the king is very much good that he used to think about the people only, their happiness. If according to the data of 2019, the Bhutan is considered as one of the happiest country in the world. यानी भूटान का जो राजा है वो अपने देश के people के बारे में सोचता है. वो इतनी छोटी सी country है, but it used to be considered one of the happiest country in the world. It is the data of the 2019. Now we come towards the second important part of this chapter, that is why democracy. We come to know what is democracy. Democracy क्या है हमने जाना by learning from the different countries, like from the Zimbabwe, from the Mexico, from the Pakistan. Now we come to why democracy. Democracy की क्यों जरूरत है? That debating merits of the democracy. Now there is an argument between going on the Madam Leong Do, and she has finished the now we come to the this Yolanda. We live in a democratic country. We read in in this chapter that all over the world people want democracy. All over the world, each and every country, those who are not in the democratic, those who are not in a democratic, you can say the country, they want the democratic country. Countries that were not in the democratic, only they were becoming the democratic now. Now, all the people have said nice thing about the democracy. Isn't it obvious that that the democracy is the best? We need to debate this? और यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन क्या कर रहा है कि वर्ल्ड में जितने भी कंट्रीज हैं सबको डेमोक्रेसी चाहिए. कुछ कंट्रीज है जो डेमोक्रेसी वहाँ पे डेमोक्रेसी है, कुछ कंट्री है जिसमें डेमोक्रेसी पहले नहीं थी पर अब है. तो ये अच्छी बात नहीं है कि सब जगह डेमोक्रेसी होनी चाहिए. तो इस पे क्या हमें डिबेट करना, शुड वी हैव टू डू द डिबेट ऑन दिस? So in my perception, yes, we have to do some debate on this. If we talk about the Bhutan, like the Bhutan is ruled by the king. It's a non-democratic country. It's a, you can say, the monarchical country. But the particular ruler is very much, you can say, a very good idea he is having, because he used to think about the nation, he used to think about the people. Here in this particular country, that is how small it is, and he used to think about each and every people. All the people are very much happy, and it used to consider one of the happiest country in the world. Like if we talk about the later on, the Tagini, what she said, but Liana madam had said we should not accept something just because it is famous. Yes, we have discussed earlier that if the some of the personality they very much famous, and whatever he or she said, we have to accept it. No, we have to analyze it whether the person whatever he or she said. First, we have to analyze it according to our perception. We have to think that whether the person whatever he or she said it is correct or not, then we have to regulate it, then we have to accept it that a particular personality whatever she or he said, we have to accept it. So in this case, just because everyone also agreed doesn't mean that we have to accept it. Is it possible that everyone is following the wrong path? No, everybody is not following the wrong path. Some of the people are following the right path. Some of the people are used to follow the mediocre path. Why I'm using the word mediocre? Because they want to go towards the right as well as they want to go towards the wrong. And some of the people they was used to follow the wrong path. Now, if we talk about the Jenny, yes, it is actually is a wrong path. Like what she said, her thinking is that the most of the people used to follow the wrong path. What has the democracy brought to a country? अब democracy हमारे country में क्या लेकर आया? More than a half century of the democracy, there is also much of the poverty in a country. Yes, we are the democratic country, but we have the poverty, or you can say the poorness in our country. Now later on, if we talk about the ribbon gun, but what has democracy got to do with it? अब democracy से क्या लेना देना? Yes, it is important. Democracy से इसका लेना देना है, because we are the democratic country. That doesn't mean we can't think about the economy, we can't think about the poverty. We have to remove the poverty, we have to remove the exploitation, we have to develop a country. But first it's underdeveloping, then developing. We have to go towards the developing country, then we have to come in the economy that we are the well developed country. So these are all the initiative which is taken by the government. So this is our duty, whatever the representative we are choosing. So we have to choose that kind of the rulers or the representative that take a country towards the developed, or you can say the developed country. Now, but what has the democracy to do with the it? Do we have the poverty because we are the democratic country? No, that doesn't mean that we are the democratic country. Then that's why we have the poverty. And the next question that the Rebellion did, that do we have the poverty despite being a democracy? Like we are the democratic country, still we are having the poverty. So they are making the question. So क्या डेमोक्रेसी होने की वजह से पॉवर्टी है, या फिर हम लोग डेमोक्रेटिक है इस वजह से पॉवर्टी? तो इस तरह के क्वेश्चन उसने रेज किए इन द फ्रंट ऑफ द क्लासेस. नाउ वी टॉक अबाउट द जैनी, whatever how does it make a difference? Their point is that it can't be the best form of the government. Democracy is all about the chaos, not a chaos, it's chaos. In the stability, corruption of the hypocrisy, politicians fight among themselves. Who cares for the country? This is the Chinese thinking that democracy is all about the chaos, where the mood of the person are the corrupt, the number of the people used to take the bribes, and the political parties used to fight with each other. If we talk about, I give you the simple example, like we take the any of the country, we talk about the India and the Pakistan, the common people what they want, that like it's likely it's not going to happen, but what they want, that the Indian used to become one. But because of the political parties of the different, like Indian country and for the Pakistan country, they used to play the dirty politics that they do not want to become one, and they do not want the peace. So they used to fight with each other, especially if we talk about the Pakistan, because Indian government want the peace, but the Pakistan government, they do not want the peace. They want to fight with our army personnel, and they want our Kashmir. So these are the 30 politics which is played by the Pakistan rather than the Indian peoples. So these are the certain things which we have discussed till now. Now we go further about the Poimon. So what should we have instead? Go back to the British rule, invite some kings to rule over the country. So what should have instead? To go back to the British rule, invite some kings to rule this country. If this boy is Poimon is raising the question, if we call back the Britishers again, so they can regulate a country well. I don't think we have to call back the British again over here. Now we go towards the rose. I don't know that I think what this country needs is a strong leader. What he's thinking is that he think that we in our country we need a strong leader. If we talk about the 2014 election and 2019 election, yes, we are having the strong leader that he used to initiate the number of the programs, number of the schemes, number of the plans, and that he used to make number of the changes in the law to regulate this country at the better level, and it can boom in the economy where we used to right away the developing country, then like after the few years, maybe it used to take 10 or to 15 years, we can become the developed country. Right now we are in the 16th number, maybe we used to come in second number. So there are some plannings, so there are some initiative which is taken by the union government that they can take our country towards the you can say that the economic level, the developed level. Then some who does not have to bother about the election and the parliament. Some of the people do not have to bother, or they do not have to think about that whether it's a or like the election and the parliament. One leader should have all the powers. He is to make the question. One leader has all the powers. I don't think one leader has all the powers. Each and every leader have the all the powers. When they used to distribute their powers, that they can collectively do the better work rather than all the powers is reside toward the particular person. So he can't or he can't do the every work which we want for the nation. He should be able to do whatever he need for the country interest. Like as a particular person, he can do whatever in the interest of the country. So that alone can't remove the corruption, poverty from this country. वो क्या कहना चाह रहा है कि एक the alone politician can't remove the corruption and the poverty in the country, which I already said right now before that. Like a particular person, if he or she is having all the power, so the particular person can't remove the disparities or the dirty tricks which is played by the politician. The particular person can't do that. If we divide the powers among the people, those who are the leader, they can collectively take the decision for the nation, for the people, like how to make the how we have to think about the people and how we have to make the country a kind of the developed country. So in this case, some shouted, someone said, this is called dictatorship. Yes, it is true. If we give all the powers to the particular person, that is we used to call it as a dictatorship. If we used to divide the powers to the different peoples, then we can't say that a dictatorship, we can call it as the democratic form of the government. Now, who has said, what is if the person start using all this power for himself and his family? So what if he is corrupt himself? Rose, I am speaking only for the honest, sincere and strong leader. She is talking about the honest, sincere leader rather than the corrupt one or the leader who used to play the dirty tricks. Now the voice said, but it is not fair. You are comparing the real democracy with the ideal dictatorship because the you can say the real politics, or you can say the real democracy, and we are talking about the ideal dictatorship. What we have read in the text, when we see in the reality, there are the vast difference in that. If the reality is showing something is different, what we are reading in the book, that is something different. We should compare the ideal with an ideal, the real with the real. So yes, that is true. We have to compare the ideal with the ideal. We have to compare real with the real. Go and check out the records of the dictator in real life. Yes, you can. You have to can check that some of the rulers who have the dictator over the some of the countries, they are the most corrupt. selfish and brutal. Yes, they are the most corrupt because they used to bribe. They are the brutal because they used to allow any of their official to kill that particular person. And if we talk about the selfish, yes, selfish, yes, they are the most selfish. It is just that we don't get to know about this and what it was. You can't get rid of them. So you can't get rid of them. And now we talked about the dance. That is, the Madam Yoga was listening to this discussion with the interest. Now, the madam, she used to listen all the conversation between, or all the interaction between the student, what they are discussing, what they're debating about, the why we need the democracy. So they're discussing like we need an honest leader, we need a particular leader where having all the powers. Then they used to discover about that we have to compare, we have to do the comparison between the ideal to the ideal, real to the real. So this all the discussion that doing between the among the students, and all this discussion was listened by this madam. Now she is stubborn. Now she's stubborn. After hearing all the debate, now she's stubborn. What she said, I was delighted to see you all arguing so passionately because by the interest, by taking the interest, you are passionate to discuss all these things. I don't know who is right and who is wrong. She said that I don't know who is right and who is wrong. That is for you to settle. But I did feel that you all wanted to speak your mind, like according to your perception and according to your idea, you had expressed your views, what you want and what you have the idea. You have all felt that very bad. It someone tried to stop you, or if someone punished you for saying what you felt, like someone is trying to give you the punishment, or someone is trying to try to stop you what they felt. Would you be able to do the country that is not a democratic? Would you be able to do that the country is not a democratic? That's a good argument of the democracy. Now we come towards the argument against the democracy, in which we what we come to know that the conversation, most of the argument has was totally here against the democracy. Let us go over some of this argument. Leaders keep changing in a democracy, which I already explained that it is the like you can say it is the power, or it is the right in the front of the people, where if if any of the representative or any of the ruling party or any of the you can say the ruling government, if they are not doing the correct work in the particular nation, we have the right, we can change the government according to, like if we talk about the India, every 5 years there are the election. If we talk about the Mexico, every 6 years they have the election. If we talk about the US, they're having every fourth year they have the elections. If the particular government is not doing the work according to the people's right, according to the citizens' right, according to the constitution, according to the nation, according to the people's belief, or according to the you can say the contemporary era where the changes is going on. So these are the things which is not going to happen by the people's you can say the perceptions. So yes, we have the right that we can change the government, we can change the representative, or we can change the leader. The next point we have discussed that the democracy is all about the political competition and the power play. There is no scope of the morality. Yes, it is of the political competition and the power play. There is no scope of the mortality. So many people have to be concerned in a democracy that if the leads to delay, means number of the countries are there where they have to delay in their democracy because there some of the doing their you can say some of the people used to did the revolution, some of the do the protest, some of the do the reforms. What they want is the democratic country. So they have to consult that they want the democratic country, that they want to lead the country. The fourth point is that elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people, it leads to a bad decision. Yes, if we elected that particular person, if he used to win the election, if he do not know what the people's decision is, so that whatever the decision is taken by that particular leader, it used to go into as well the it leads to the bad decision. He used to take the bad decision. If we talk about the fifth one, democracy lead to the corruption for it's based on the electoral competition. Yes, some of the democratic country where they used to do the corruption, like number of the party was there. What they used to think that if we used to bribe to the some people, if we do the some corruption to this in this particular election, we can win the election, and we can't say it as a fair election. We can say it as a unfair election because they do the corruption over there. They used to give the money to the people that you can't give the vote to that party. You can give the vote to the our party because if we win or we won the election, we will fulfill all your promises. What you want? If you want if you want the water, if you want the 24 hours electricity, if you want the education institution, if you want the healthcare sector, or you can say the health hospitals, if you want you can say the free of cost food for the poor people, if you want you can say the free education, free food, free electricity, free water facilities, all these things you want free, so we can do it for you. So these are the certain you can say greediness or the false promises they used to do in the front of these particular people, those the people who are going for casting their vote. So at that time they used to bribe them, they used to give them the money that you give vote to us rather than to that particular party. Then later on, they talk about the ordinary people don't know what is good to them. They should not decide anything. Yes, this is true. That there are some of the people, the ordinary people, those who are not literate, or some of the people who are literate, but they do not have the idea what the things are going on happening in the front of them. So they used to take some incorrect decision. If they want to give they don't think to which party or to whom they want to give the vote. So they used to give any of the party, just like if we talk about the India, BJP, Congress, Samajwadi, or Bahujana Samaj Party, or any other party. So they used to give the vote to the any other party rather than to the any other person. So these are the certain things which we have discussed in that the rules of the law and the respect of the rights. Then we talk about the summary of the definition. We talk about why the democracy is. Yes, we need of the democracy because a certain of the representative, if they are not going to do the work in the correct form, in the correct way, so we can change that government if with our own duties by casting a vote, we can change the government. In India, we talk about every 5 years. Then we talk about argument against the democracy. In the next lecture, we can talk about the argument for the democracy and whatever the topics are left in this argument against the democracy, we can discuss over this. I hope you like this video, and we can discuss about this argument for the democracy. Thank you.